Hello, this is Rex.Chan. I work in tech support. Today, I'm going to be talking about how to install ITX Container in an AWS EKS environment. What is the ITX REST container? It's a container which allows client to make REST API call to the maps. It is built from the ground up. It is originally a Docker container, but it has also become an IBM Certified container, which can run in Kubernetes environments. The installation has two parts, the container image and the HELM chart used for installation. The container image is stored in IBM Cloud Registry. Customers must have the valid entitlement key to access it. For the existing on-prem customer who want to try it, they could go to this website to sign up for a trial. They will be given a temporary key for 30 days. The current version is 10.11. It is to be used with Design Studio 10.11 or below, like 10.03. Maps are invoked by a REST API call. Any REST client can be used, including test tools like curl. No ITX code is required. The container is only supported in Linux. It is assumed that the installer has some AWS EKS installation experience and also have some basic ITX knowledge. Both kubectl and HELM are required on the client side to install and maintain the product. They do not come with the operating system. These are the links to download them. The HELM charts for doing the installation are downloaded to in this location. The same HELM chart are used for tests or production. HELM charts can be customized or for each environment. They are downloaded as a compressed file. Uncompress the file in your Linux environment when using it. It is assumed that you have access to an AWS EKS environment. When you are logged in, click on the command line or programmatic access to get to your AWS access credentials. Making sure that you're on the Mac or Linux tab, click on the first set of export command under Run Your Command in your terminal. The content will be copied to memory in clipboard. Go to your terminal, paste the command from the clipboard there. There are three commands. Hit enter to execute the commands. Now your key ID, access key, and access token are configured for this session. And the two more AWS configure set command. These two configuration parameters will be saved in your Linux AWS profile. They'll be used again when you use a different session. Unlike the export command, they don't expire. It is tied to your cluster. And the kubectl get paths to see if your credentials are valid. These credentials are usually good for 24 hours unless your AWS administrator has a different expiration policy. If you see these messages below, it is very likely that you're returning to the session the next day and the token has expired. Return to the previous two slides to see instructions in getting a new one from AWS. If the command returns some information, it will list all the paths which have been installed in your cluster. It is possible the list is empty if no path has been installed. In order to access the container image in the IBM Cloud Registry, you must obtain the entitlement key. Log into this link to get a key. When the key appears, click copy and put the content in memory. The key is to be used to create a Kubernetes secret to access the container image in the Cloud Registry. If you are on trial, the key may expire in 30 days. It will only affect new paths or when a part is recycled. It won't affect existing running parts. Enter this command with your key to create a secret. You should see a response that the secret has been created. You can also verify the secret has been created by entering kube get secrets command. Download the HELM chart from this location, uncompress it to a folder. Under this folder, a subfolder called ITX RS prod will be created, which stores all the HELM charts. The name of the parent folder you create should reflect this to be used with ITX Container installation. Modify the chart.yaml, look for the keyword kube version and change it from 1.17.0 to 1.17.0-0. This is a known issue in AWS only. Now you're ready to install the container in AWS EKS. Make sure you're in the parent folder location. Execute the HELM command. Usually it takes a minute to get a response. If it's successful, you should see ITX runtime server deployed successfully. You can ignore the licensing command if you use the command mode above. The first set command is to set to accept the license. It usually takes 2 to 3 minutes to create the first part. Check the part status by entering kube get parts. If the part comes up successfully, it should have a status of running. If it's getting a different status, such as container creating, most likely the key used to create the secret is not valid. To access the ITX container image in the registry, if you're not sure if you're licensed for the container, sign onto the trial web page to get a new key as documented in slide number 8. Recreate a secret. You also want to check to making sure the service has been created for the part by entering kubectl get service. If you want to remove the installation because you want to change some of the parameters in values.yaml or other YAML files, you can use this command to remove the entire ITX container installation so that you can start over again with the HELM command. It would be a good idea to obtain an external IP so that you can access the container outside the cloud, for example, on your laptop or desktop. Not only can you use this external IP to test the map, you can also use it to move the maps and other artifacts to the container. These artifacts are stored in the Nodes persistent storage outside the container. This is so that the artifacts will not be deleted when the part is recycled. In addition, new parts can share the same artifacts, so your map only needs to be copied there once and utilized by multiple parts. This example shows the use load balancer in AWS. However, you should check with your AWS administrator to make sure it's okay to use it. If they would like you to use something else, ask the instructor ask for instruction as how to create the external IP. In this case, load balancer is used. It may be a good idea to name the external IP similar to the container service. In this case, the word ext external is added to the service name. Upon executing the command, a response is returned. In order to verify the external IP has been created, enter kubectl get service command. There should be a new entry with the external IP. Copy down as you will use it later. The first verification to making sure the container is running the external IP is correct. Enter this command, it will return ITX container information. such as the version number and the day the image is created. The next verification step is to transfer the sample map to the container side. Use the curl command along with the external IP to transfer it. Do not change the destination path. The map goes to a folder called /data/maps in persistent storage. Usually it takes a few seconds to run. There's no direct response. When it's finished, the control is returned to the terminal. Copy the part name into clipboard memory to be used for the next step. To verify the map has been copied, we need to go inside the container. The first thing is to replace the part name in the command. Enter the command and you will be inside the container in bash mode. Navigate to the /data/map folder and check to see if the map has been copied over. If not, re-examine the previous copy command. Now you can exit the bash mode. Now we're ready to test the map. Verify the IP address and enter the command. When it's successful, the map will return the input. This is a test in all uppercase. Now you can deploy your own maps. This deck, along with installation notes, are attached to this YouTube session. Click on Show More. It's also possible to perform an AIRGAP installation when the container image will be stored in the AWS registry, such as Elastic Container Registry. Usually people call it ECR. There will be a separate presentation for that. If you need something immediately, contact the presenter, Rex.Chan. The email address is on the title page. Thank you very much. I hope you have success installing the ITX container in AWS.